up at Trump's teary, pained eyes. Trump inhaled deeply. "John, a man like you should never be in this situation. You gave your life to serve this country, and yet this country has failed you. This has to change. I promise you it will," John replied, his voice steady but full of anger. When John looked at Trump, he was filled with disbelief and a hint of hope. "Really? Would you do this for me?" he asked, his voice shaking, and without hesitation, Trump said, "Yes, John. You fought for this country, and now this country needs to fight for you. This is just the beginning. This darkness will end, and together we'll make it right for the first time in what felt like years." Was a lifeline, not just a helping hand. Trump wasn't merely offering help. He was giving John hope for a better future. He took out his phone, called his assistant right away, instructed him to book the closest hotel and bring a doctor to the scene, and then turned to his bodyguard to get John a hot meal. He then sat back down next to John, put a hand on his shoulder, and reassured him, saying, "We're going to make you comfortable now." Within minutes, the bodyguard came back with a sandwich and a hot bowl of soup. After a moment of hesitation, John took a bite, and as he chewed, tears filled his eyes. "It's been a long time since I've had," he whispered, "something warm to eat." Shroom remained by John's side, encouraging him and ensuring he finished his lunch. After an hour, Shroom helped John into a sleek black SUV and drove him to the hotel. When they got there, John was led to a private room where, for the first time in what seemed like an eternity, a warm shower, new clothing, and a comfortable bed were waiting for him. John experienced a feeling of honor. Additionally, Trump made arrangements for a physician to assess him and make sure he had the care he needed, creating a strategy to assist John in getting well. The next morning, Trump and John met in the hotel dining room at a gorgeously arranged breakfast table. Trump grinned and continued, "There's an organization that I've put together for you, John. I'll put you in touch with Veterans United, a group that assists homeless veterans in starting anew, and I'll pay for all of your first year's expenditures myself." "Really? You're doing this for me?" Junk said, his voice shaking with emotion as his eyes widened in shock. Trump gave a kind nod. John met with a representative from Veterans United later that day, who gave him an overview of all the resources and support available to him, including housing, job training, and counseling to help him get started. "Yes, John, you served this country, and now it's time for this country to serve you. This is the least I can do." Trump gave JN a check for emergency expenditures from his foundation. JN expressed his tears of gratitude as he spoke. "It seems like a miracle." As Trump was about to leave, he turned to John now and said, "One day you'll have the chance to help someone else. This world becomes a better place when we extend our hands to one another." John now, tearful but determined, looked at Trump and said, "I promise one day I'll pay it forward," while facing the camera. "I never imagined my life would change so quickly." Trump spoke to the audience with genuine compassion, saying, "There are a lot of people in this country who need help. Let's not ignore them. Remember that everyone has the ability to make a difference, even if it's just one person. Sometimes a tiny gesture can transform someone's life." Scenes of John beginning his new life were included in the story's conclusion. In transition, relocating to a secure residence, getting ready for work, and grinning with optimism for the future. He now had a home, a purpose, and a restored sense of dignity, demonstrated how one act of kindness could change someone's life forever. If this story touched you, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to our channel and enable notifications for more motivational tales. Let's work together to spread kindness and hope.